hidden in family dinner first 10 minutes. A clue that predicts the ending. Missed it? Let's blow your mind. At the start of the story, we meet a 15-year-old girl named Simi. She was a bit overweight and had come to spend Easter with her Aunt Claudia, who lived in a remote area. Easter, as we know, is a festival celebrated by Christians. Claudia had once been nutritionist and had written many books on food, what to eat, what to avoid, and how to maintain good health. Simi meets her aunt for the first time and explains that she wanted to visit because she'd never seen her before. When Claudia hears she plans to stay for a week, she immediately refuses, saying Simi must leave before Easter because they prefer to celebrate alone. Despite the cold welcome, she allows Simi to stay in her son Philip's room. Simi secretly has another motive. She hopes to lose weight and become more beautiful by learning from her famous aunt. At the tea dinner, Simi meets Claudia's son, Philip. His real father had died, and Claudia remarried a man who clearly dislikes Philip. Claudia treats her son with great affection, feeding him neatly prepared meat, while she and her husband don't eat. Simi also notices how fearful and nervous Philip seems all the time that night. Philip is rude to Simi because he doesn't want to share his room. Claudia comes in to say goodnight to her son and checks his phone before leaving. The next morning, Simi goes for a walk in the woods and finds an old hut with a bag inside, but she doesn't think much of it and returns home. Later, she sees Claudia's husband exercising and is shocked at how young and fit he looks despite his age. Claudia, meanwhile, is happy to find Simi has brought one of her books and praises her for reading them all. One evening, Philip disappears, and the family calls the police. They find him near the woods, and Claudia is relieved. That night, Claudia offers to help Simi lose weight, but under one strict condition. Simi must not eat anything for the next 4 days. Simi is taken aback, but agrees. She also notices that Philip always looks scared. Even when leftovers tempt her, she controls herself. Claudia begins weighing Simi every night and warns her that unless she obeys strictly, she'll never become beautiful. Simi promises to follow everything. Later that night, Simi finds a dead rat at her bed, which scares her. She suspects Philip, who always carries a knife, and decides to sleep on the couch instead. While moving her bedding, Claudia's husband tells her she looks fine the way she is and doesn't need to lose weight. His words make Simi uncomfortable. Days pass. Simi hasn't eaten in 2 days. Watching Philip eat breakfast tempts her, but she sticks to her promise. One day, Claudia finds a chocolate wrapper in Simi's bag and accuses her of breaking the rules. Simi denies it, saying it must have been Philip's. Claudia warns her this is her last chance. Later, Simi notices Philip has a bruise near his eye. Claudia claims he fell down the stairs, but Simi suspects her husband might be abusing him that night. Claudia gives Simi a pendant and says, "If you feel hungry, kiss this amulet. It will take your hunger away." Simi continues sleeping on the couch, but one night, Claudia tells her to sleep in her room as she's working on a book. Simi asks to read it, but Claudia refuses, saying its contents are too strange for ordinary people. But that night, Simi dreams of being assaulted by Claudia's husband and defends herself with a knife. When she wakes up, she realizes it was just a nightmare, and the fridge is full of food. Morning comes, and as usual, only Philip eats. Simi wonders how Claudia and her husband never seem to eat, yet show no signs of hunger. 5 days passed with Simi starving. Claudia's husband prepares for a hunting trip and takes Philip and Simi along. Philip is reluctant, but manages to shoot a rabbit. When he realizes it's still alive, Claudia's husband hands him a knife to finish it off. Philip hesitates, so Simi does it instead. Later, Simi asks Philip why he always seems so scared. Philip confesses it's not his stepdad he fears, it's his mother. Simi refuses to believe it, but Philip insists his mother is only pretending to be kind. Simi confronts Claudia, who breaks down crying and says Philip is mentally unstable and often runs away. She claims the police no longer help because of how often it happens that night. Claudia says good night to Philip as usual. Once she leaves, Philip tells Simi she hates me. One day she'll kill me. Simi dismisses him, thinking he might be paranoid. The next morning, Simi sees Claudia burying something. After she leaves, Simi digs it up and finds a doll and a photo of Philip. Disturbed, she calls her mother, who says Claudia may believe in dark magic but would never harm anyone. Suddenly, Claudia appears, so Simi ends the call. Curious, Simi sneaks into Claudia's room and finds her manuscript. What she reads terrifies her. It's filled with dark rituals, drawings of spirits, and instructions on how to consume one's children as part of black magic. Later, she sees Claudia hitting Philip while feeding him. Now terrified, Simi plans an escape. She steals the gate key and tells Philip they'll run away at 6 a.m., but when she wakes, it's already 8, and Philip is gone. The door is open, and it seems he left without her. Then, Claudia's husband offers to drive her home. As she packs, she messages Philip and receives a photo of a severed finger. Thinking he's mocking her, she concludes he truly is crazy and everything Claudia said was right. That Simi decides to stay until Easter. Claudia is pleased that Simi has been obedient and fasting. On Easter, they prepare a grand dinner outdoors with candles and meat. Simi eats for the first time in days and finds the food incredibly tasty. But later that night, she finds Philip's knife under the bed and zooms in on the photo he sent earlier. It shows a farmhouse with a hammer she recognizes. She rushes to the farmhouse and finds Philip, but he's dead, his body mutilated. The meat she and others ate that night was Philip. Simi is horrified. Claudia's husband arrives and casually offers to take her home, saying she'll forget everything soon. Realizing he's involved too, Simi stabs him with Philip's knife and flees. He grabs a gun and runs after her, calling out to Claudia. Simi races into the forest, crying, with Claudia chasing behind. Simi reaches the old hut from the beginning, the one with the bag full of gasoline. If this recap changed your mind about family dinner, smash like. If it didn't, fight me in the comments. And subscribe. You know you wanna. Thanks for watching.